What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with a title called Cavalry Girls. This is definitely a waifu anime game, but at the same time, it's actually a really solid game. As much as it pains me to admit it, this is not the kind of game that I play, but I do very much love mech games, and this is turning out to be a pretty good mech game, all things considered. I've found that this is one of those games that I've been playing now for about an hour and a half, and they're still unrolling like loads and loads of mechanics for me to fool around with. So we're going to dive in today, take a look at the game for about 30 minutes, see if it's something you wanted to hang out, see if it's something you wanted to check out or pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description, and then on top of that you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live. So what is Cavalry Girls? Cavalry Girls is a mech customization game where you are a squadron of anime waifu girls who effectively are responsible for holding back the robotic apocalypse outside the wall. For those of you that have been playing around with a little bit of Helldivers 2, the feeling of freedom and democracy should be coursing through your veins right about now. And you get to customize your mechs, you get to customize your dormitories, you get to customize clothing that they wear because, once again, waifu game. You also get to customize... I mean, there's a huge amount of stuff here. There's crafting systems, there's combination systems. They're still unloading further systems on me as I play the game, but the ultimate goal of the campaign is to hold the wall for 100 days. I'm on like day 20 right now, having read through all the storyline and gone through all the things and figuring out all the mechanics. I can do tax evasion. What does that do? Ooh. I can falsify the documents, or I can bribe them with cigarettes to not charge me a dormitory surtax. Okay, well, let's go back on in and I'll show you the meat and potatoes of the game here, which is actually the management gameplay that takes place in between the missions. The public lounge has been unlocked. You can wield your power as captain in the lounge and do anything you want, but you're only entitled to such a privilege twice a day. Okay, another menu that I gotta play around with. Down here in the bottom, this is the dormitory where all of my mech pilots are living. The more comfortable you make it, the more it reduces their brain load. So every single time you drop somebody into a combat zone, their stress level goes up and their performance goes down. And so, hey, a friend of mine has some weapons for sale. Are you interested in taking a chance in buying one? They're pretty cheap. No, I'm good. I don't need a weapon right now. I just want to go to crew management. So right now in my crew, I have Mary and I have Kuroku. Now, these two pilots, they have different things that they like, different things that they dislike. You can promote them. They will level up and get skill points that you can apply to lower the spread on their weapons or to increase their firing rate. Right now, I've got Kuroku. She's totally specialized in being super fast, staying in the back line, and using grenade launchers to lock down the enemy while I dash in and kind of disassemble them all with machine guns. But for right now, she's got 9 brain load. She's okay. However, my character, the one that I'm actively playing, Mary, she needs to, like, relax a little bit. So we will give her a gift of hardtack right there, and it's all animated. There's also voice acting. They will occasionally respond to the things you give them. If you give them things they like, their loyalty will go up, and that will give them bonuses to their performance in combat because they respect you as a commander, because you've given them lots of, I don't know, cookies and teddy bears and stuff. You can use honor, which you get in between missions based on your performance to level them up. So if I wanted to do that, I could rank her up right there. She'll get a skill point, and then I could increase her firing rate by 2% if I so desired. There's a bunch of other menus to play around with here. I haven't even seen the entertainment room yet, so I honestly have no idea. We can play board games with the crew members, I guess. Yeah, go ahead. And I guess that lowered their brain load. And we don't really have that much stress anyways. There's the purchasing department over here. The purchasing department, it's a little bit scattered. I think these menus could probably be organized a little bit better. But basically, you click the buttons up here, and it will replace all the stuff here with a thing of the type that you like. It goes up in cost every time that you do it. There's a bunch of different mods and things you can do for your mech. So there's everything from armor to guns to gun mods to grenades to foot actuators to drone parts. You name it. There's all kinds of stuff around. So were I to get that torque converter right there, that looks pretty good to me. We also have sloped armor, which allows us to ricochet bullets while we're crouched. Your mech does have different postures in combat. I know you only saw combat for a couple of seconds there because the missions are reasonably short, but You can put your mech into different postures, whether it be like dashing, sprinting, crouching, so on and so forth. These all have varying effects on the accuracy of your weapon, the penetration of the rounds, how much scatter there is on your shot, stuff like that. But for what I need right now, let me actually take a look. So we'll go to Mecha Management real fast, and this is where you're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the game, where you've got all your storage up here. You've got the weapons that are equipped on your mechs. They do have durability that goes down over time. You can pay money to fix them inside the workshop. I did want to put in that right there to give her a little bit more rotational speed, because I'm having trouble rotating the top turret fast enough to readapt the targets as I need to do it. I also wanted to switch out to my drone, and I wanted my drone to have a beam weapon on him. There we go. So my drone has the beam weapon now. I can swap back to my main weapon. You can add slots to these, by the way. You can upgrade these and add more slots so that you can add more mods to it. The game is missing a lot of tooltips and things of that nature. So, for example, when you go to add a slot, it doesn't tell you how much that costs in kind of like any reasonably visual way. You just kind of have to do it. I think the first upgrade is 20, and I think it goes up by 20 each time that you play around with it. You've also got melee weapons. I haven't really been using them a whole lot, but I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of specialized melee unit that's going to come around at some point once my mechas start getting bigger. Or my mecha squad gets bigger. Over here, you've got basically the inherents of your mech. Every mech based on its model comes with these things over here, but you do get more of them that you can add with time. And so as you can see, there's a lot of things to play around with inside of this game. Beneath the veneer of sort of like a waifu game, they actually put in the effort to make this game have a lot of customizability and also a lot of, I guess, crew management mechanics as well. And so I've also got manpower over here. I'm now in charge of the factories in this section of the wall. I can spend money. It will increase my daily manpower. Manpower is a currency that you use to just randomly get things effectively. So I can spend 2 manpower and I got $2 right there. 5 manpower and I got $5. I've got 4 manpower left over. I can take that over to the food factory and we can get like a free field ration right there if we wanted to do so. Inside the workshop, you can customize these weapons. You can repair these weapons. I haven't really gotten into the enhancement system just yet. It says I don't have the necessary materials for enhancing my stuff. I don't know exactly what that means. It's available right now. You can play around with it. I'm gonna repair that submachine gun though because it's looking a little bit chewed on. All right, and once you're done there, you've also got your house management. So the nicer the place is that your crew lives inside of, you get a flat deduction to the amount of stress that they accumulate per mission. So right now, we've got resting reduces our brain load by 5. So anytime we rest, we lose 5 stress. We also have it so that combat itself, it used to increase it by more, but I've added a few decorations and things in here. We've got to get rid of some of the trash too. So things like crates and barrels, you've got to get rid of those in order to keep people happy. You can also manage the defense of the city. So there's deployment points. So we can put in turrets. We can put in other mechs. We can put in barricades that we can shoot from behind, but we can't be shot through unless they're using specific penetrating weapons. You're getting the same vibe that I'm getting right now, right? That there's a lot of stuff going on with this game that's not immediately apparent when you take a look at the Steam page. But at the end of the day, it's actually like a really, really solid mech game as well. If you're into things like Mech Warrior and whatnot, there's a lot of things to play around with here. We can edit the living area. I do think that's a good idea. What's it going to cost me to get rid of these barrels? $30 to dispose of them. All right, so we'll get the barrels out of there for right now. And it looks like we're getting 1 extra stress reduction whenever we rest. It hasn't changed our combat yet, but we may be able to purchase some things for the base that may make that a little bit easier to play around with. All right, let's go on to our next mission. We have an action point that's still remaining. This game does reward you for not spending your stuff. Like, if there's nothing you want to spend on, if you have extra manpower and you have extra action points for resting, it just gives you money at the end of the day, which is great. We'll go ahead and pick a pilot over here. Ooh, rotational speed's feeling a lot better. I'm the orange mech that you're seeing on screen right now. We're fighting against spiders this time around, which is a... Oh, I got hit. I'm going to crouch behind a barricade real fast. Don't get hit in this game. It hurts. We'll put some rounds on the enemy, sure. I gotta reload my guns, though. Go ahead and get rid of those little spiders over there. I'm gonna come up out of crouch mode, I guess, and I did want to check this side just to make sure nothing's coming on in. I would appreciate the addition of a mini-map that shows you little red dots for where the enemies are gonna come from. Wipe those guys out. Wipe those guys out. Reload both guns real fast with the R key. Rocket launchers away. Ever since I gave this girl rocket launchers, dude, she gets the job done. I was a little on the fence about her when she first joined the squadron because her initial loadouts kind of terrible. It's not super great, but ever since I gave her the rocket launchers, dude, just an absolute testament to the force. There we go. We'll knock them on out, and it looks like we've actually won the day. Now, the reason why there's not a whole lot of enemy spam going on right now is because I just beat a boss prior to starting the recording of the video. The enemy numbers and the enemy density do get a lot larger as you come towards, I guess, the apogee of the combat. It starts out slow, and it's got kind of a wave format. And so we got 81 bucks to spend. Empire Development Fund. Bribe? You are a submissive soldier and cannot do this. Yeah, so your soldiers and your commander, they develop a profile as the game goes along. I'll show you what that means. If we go to crew management, headquarters has initiated a campaign. You can reduce your base salary by 5%. In return, you can access your Imperial Development Fund early, approximately 50 bucks or so. No, 5% seems like it's going to add up over the next 100 days. I'm not going to take that. But if we go to crew management, the character that you're playing right now, they have this right here, where you'll make decisions on the in-between of missions and the way that you interact with your superiors and your inferiors and people in the military, and it will determine whether or not you are obedient or whether you're selfish or whether you're conservative or whether or not you're a fanatic. I haven't quite figured out how to read this thing just yet. I did an obedient option earlier, but it expanded out in every direction when I expected it to kind of be like, meh, and put a little arrow out this way. And so I'm not super good at reading it just yet. Like I said, the menus and the stuff that this game has going on can be a little bit difficult to parse sometimes. I think that's the main thing that I've run into, is sometimes it's very difficult to tell, like, what something actually does until you do it. I get the feeling that's probably because the game was translated on over into English, and so something was just kind of lost in that process. But there's also a UI element to it too, where some information is just unfortunately hard to figure out. And we've got the entertainment room over here. Let's go ahead and play board games with the crew members. Everybody's stress is now down. We'll save the extra point for money. Infrastructure development, I'm just going to dump this into money for right now. So there we go, and then I'm going to use that to upgrade my manpower for tomorrow so that we have more HR, and we've got 12 manpower to play around with, liquor, and a ration pack. I'll probably just take the ration pack. I'm guessing at some point I'm going to get to upgrade these two because there's a conspicuously empty spot where it looks like I'm going to be able to upgrade my manufacturing. Let's go back and take a look at the mechs and figure out what we need next. So I don't have a lot of mounted objects on the front, the back, or the shoulder for right now. I think probably on either of my mechs. We do have a little bit of armor, but once again, it's also difficult to kind of tell like how much HP you have a lot of the time because the game is largely UI-less in combat, except for like the aiming reticles and whatnot. It looks like she needs a few more explosive mods for her primary. So if we can dig out a few explosive mods from purchasing, that would be really good. If I buy another one of those, let me buy 2 of those, and I wanted to see if maybe that'll work for the enhancements. So in the workshop, if I put that in there, can I enhance it? Oh, it does. That's how you do it. You combine the parts. Okay, so I need level 2s in order to make that work. Good stuff. I've wanted to play around with that system for a little while. I have an extra one right there. Some mods, when you take them off your gun, they'll cause the durability to degrade. Not always, though. So I know that the magazine does it, for example, but like this one does not. I think it if it says like enhancement module, it does not hurt you if you pull it on out. But if it doesn't say that, so you see it says like at the top it says kinetic weapon enhancement module. This one does not say it up there. I know it says it down below under item type, but that's just what I've noticed is that if it doesn't have that tag at the top window, it doesn't seem to take your durability if you peel it off. Let's go to the infrastructure department. We'll go to the workshop. I got to upgrade these level 1s to level 2s. Upgrade that to a level 3. Explosive damage up by 75%. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's go back over to her cannon. We'll get that dropped on in. I don't really have a lot of explosive upgrades right now, unfortunately. Over here, though, we can probably do with another slot on that side, maybe?
Enhanced completion.
Oh, maybe the 8 right there is the cost. Yeah, it is. I just noticed that. Like I said, a little bit of a messy UI, but you'll figure things out as you play. In all honesty, the game isn't that difficult. It also comes with other gameplay modes. There's a survivors mode. There's an endless mode as well once you complete the campaign where you can just, like, play forever. Let's go ahead and engage with the enemy real fast. It looks like we've got him coming in from the left, and we've got him coming in from the top left. I'm going to try to dance around this guy a little bit. We've got pretty good penetration on this gun, though. I feel like I hear things on my right. I guess that I don't, but it sounds like I hear things on my right. That guy's going to fire a cannon at us. Don't like that. Go ahead and mag dump him real fast, reload both guns, and then we'll reposition for the fight over here. Make sure that nobody's sneaking on in. If they get past these sandbag barricades right here, we get a nerf to the honor that we can use to upgrade our units. Now that they're stunned, very nice opening. We'll get out of the way, light him up. All of the weapons feel sufficiently plosive. When the enemies die and explode, it feels good. When bullets strike the enemy, it feels good. We got 40 honor right there and 87 bucks. I'll go ahead and take it. We have new crew. We can also pick our bounties from time to time that will change the amount of money that we get paid. I'll go after them since they're the most expensive. And we get a new pilot, so we've got Claire. It looks like she likes collectibles, so like trading cards, old propaganda, stuff like that. She likes books. She comes with a horse archer, so this guy has almost no armor, but has a sniper rifle with very fast target acquisition. We have a heavy mecha over here with good defense but slow speed. It tends to favor spread shot weapons like shotguns and speed enhancements to get it going. We've already got 2 frontline fighters, so I'll probably go with her just to make sure that we've got someone long range that can kind of like pelt at the enemy. Right, so I should probably tell you that you can leave the captain in the dormitory if you're under a lot of pressure and the enemies are not so strong. Then you can operate other crew members. The 100-day journey has only begun. Just don't get worn out. Fair enough. Due to the additional new team member, Command has provided you with additional supplies. You can purchase the necessary accessories for the setup of a new mecha. Okay, let's go give her a look and see what's going on with her mecha real fast. I'm guessing she has like nothing, so she's got a light sniper rifle and she's got a submachine gun. All right, I'm okay with that. Since she's running long range, this slot sports weapons up to 5 slots. Oh, it's got 8 slots. Okay, so what does this one support right here? Up to 18. What does this guy support? Okay, so we can do it this way. We can be a little bit corny about it. There we go. We can move it around. Wow, look at the amount of mods you can put on that thing. She needs pretty much everything, and I haven't seen her performance in combat, so I don't know exactly what's going to work out here. But it said she starts with strong rotation. You can also take a look at the stats of the mech right here. You can see like what their movement speed looks like, their horsepower, how heavy it is, turret rotational speed. So she's probably going to need a horsepower upgrade, would be my guess. Let's get her a power amplifier. We're going to buy all the armors. We're going to refresh the items over here. We have tracers for snipers, so it looks like it increases the rate that bullets pierce by a little bit. We've also got a heavy sniper rifle over here. Okay. 70 bucks for that bad boy. We'll get her a sniper scope. We'll get her the tracer rounds. Refresh the items one more time just to see what we get out. So we've got a crit damage module, crit rate by 4. Probably be useful for us, like on our mech that we are actively piloting right now. and I'll buy those 2 armors just so that we can fool around with them inside the infrastructure department. So we've got what looks like... What kind of armors do I have on my mechs right now? Strip the armor off real fast. So we've got level 1 light armors. We can combine those into level 2s, then combine that into a level 3. Okay, that'll get her set up a little bit better because they did specifically say that her mech is really fragile. I don't know the extent to which it's really fragile right now, but they said it was fragile, so there you go. We now have... Oh, it upgrades into, like, heavy armor. Gotcha. That might be a little bit of a problem. But I've got a horsepower amplifier, and we'll work on some other stuff after this next engagement because we should get a nice grip of cash coming on in from picking our targets. So let's get the 4x scope on there.
Step by step.
Let's get the level 3 heavier armor on that side. 8,000 durability where it's mounted, which cannot be penetrated and will be damaged when HP reaches 0. Okay, it didn't affect it that much. We'll go ahead and give her a horsepower change. And it does look like that helped out a little bit. It got rid of some of the minuses that she's got going on. Like some of the malices she's getting hit with are a little bit heavy. Let's get all of her mods on there. We'll increase her crit rate as well, although we could make it so she has armor pen. That's probably good for a sniper rifle, like turn it into the equivalent of like a poor man's AMR, like anti-material rifle. That might work out. Okay, we don't really have a whole lot to play with right there. How's everybody looking in crew management right now? What's our stress levels looking like? Stress levels are okay. Her stress levels are a little bit higher, probably due to the fact that she's like the first person to join the squad in a while. I'll give her the magazine, I guess. Oh, no! I thought it said she preferred books. I thought like a magazine would be like a book, but it says she also dislikes frivolous things. She was reading a magazine in her picture, bro. I thought that it would work out that way. She starts out with pretty good stats, too. She's not bad. All right. I think we have nothing else to do but largely launch ourselves into the fray here. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, I have too many people deployed. Okay, we'll take Kuroka. I like how it's just storage for human beings. Okay. We'll probably start out frontlined. That sounds pretty good to me. And then we'll go to the next day. Yeah, I just want the money, in all honesty. I just want cash. I am going to miss my grenade launchers. It shouldn't be that large. Oh, she's got one too. Never mind. Ooh, they have explosive resistance, huh? All right, let's see if we can weave out of the way here. Finish them off, reload both guns. It sounds like the enemy's coming from the west. Let's see if we can speed off into this direction. My cat has now jumped into my lap and is actively trying to sabotage my ability to defend Super Earth. Off goes the grenade launchers. It actually doesn't look like she moves too much. Luckily, she can hit from like a mile away, so who cares? All good by me. All right, I'll just run out then. This guy's behind cover, so I'll deal with the targets that are kind of hiding from us. We've got big deployments over on this side. I am quite a bit speedier than she is, so I'm better for kind of like the fast action reaction team. Yeah, don't shoot me with a giant autocannon, please. I would appreciate it if you would not do that. Where's the enemy at? Oh, they're advancing undercover over here. Dodge out of the way of that. The enemies do have pretty good signaling when they're going to fire on you. One. That's it, huh? Fair enough. What did our total come out to? 107 bucks. Okay. Day 21, we get to pick our target. I'm going with the hardest one because we need the money. We now have the strategy interface. This is what I mean. They just keep adding more stuff to the game. I've played for like an hour and a half, and they just keep adding more mechanics. And at the end of the day, it adds up. While I may not be a huge fan of the aesthetic of the game, I do think that this is a good game and enjoyable if you can stomach the UI, which is a little bit scattered and needs some work in order to properly signal to the player what they're getting out and what they're putting in a lot of the time. Hey, I got something to offer you. I got a friend who has some connections at division headquarters and can raise your squad's base salary by 10%. I'll only take 20 as an agency fee. If the salary increase isn't successful, I'll return 10 bucks to you. All right. Nice, dude. I get paid more money. Sweet. Purchasing department. What do we have in here? We've got a crit splitter. Splits 2 bullets on crit. Pretty clothes. Tracer rounds. Antique rifles. Let me look at my mech design real fast, and we'll figure out what she needs. I mean, we really need to focus on mods for her. So if we can get her into a position where she has a lot more horsepower and a little bit more movement speed, that would probably be preferred. I don't know if it's fixable, though. We just kind of got to, like, go for it. I can buy a landmine permit. That's pretty fun. Everybody loves landmines. Who doesn't love landmines? Yeah, let me get some landmines out here. We've got a torque converter, so that's good. We probably need that. More turret rotational speed would probably benefit her as well. A long-range arc gun. Electrical arcs that bounce in between enemies. Well, I have to go do that now. Like, I have to go do that. I love arc throwers in video games. Sounds like the kind of thing that I'd probably want to slap onto my drone, in all honesty. So instead of having the slicing ray... No, I can't. Okay, how many slots does it? It has 7, of course. We struck out by the smallest amount ever. So let's give her the torque converter, and we'll give her the rotating shaft module. Huh, that's what that's called. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna let's not get caught up in the weeds here on this stuff. Now that we've got that covered, I did want to try out the arc thrower. I don't know if it's going to work out because I've got some seriously modified weapons over here. But, like, let's try the arc thrower, man. It sounds like fun. It says that it's long range. Oh, it really, really, really nerfs my movement speed, huh? I mean, we're still net positive, so maybe it'll work out. Who knows? Crew management, we've got a whole bunch of honor we can play around with. You can only promote 1 person a day. So keep that in mind. Her stress levels are a little bad, so let's go back to the entertainment room. And hello. Spend an action point to reply to a crew member? Sure, why not? Captain, I haven't greeted you since I was enlisted. I've been thinking about coming to you sometimes. All right, hello. I don't have any specialties, but I'm good at comforting people. Hopefully I can be of help to you someday. All right, cool, 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 cool. Sounds good. -2 to the pressure. Let's go ahead and we will lower all crew stress right there with our action points. Infrastructure department, we don't have $65 to upgrade anything right now. Oh, they unlocked upgrades for the resource generators. Nice. I'll take that. Give me some free stuff. We've got bullet shells. Yeah, dude. Women love, they love bullet shells. That's their most favorite thing to receive as a gift. All right, so I'll select a captain over here. And let's rock on into this fight. Yeah, I'm significantly slower. I mean, the arc thrower seems fairly successful so far. There we go. Knock him out. Just kind of fire into the middle of them. Stay out of the way of their gunfire. Strafe them up a little bit. Reload faster, please. Oh boy, my bullets are all over the place. Did you get hit? I specifically ordered you not to get hit in the face. You said ow, so I'm assuming you've been wounded in some regard. Yeah, just keep throwing the arc thrower at him. That works. What is that thing? What does that do? Crouch? Yeah, crouching gives you perfect accuracy. Oh! Okay, that was a close one. When you narrowly dodge a shot, you get bullet time, which allows you to kind of like redirect your ire, I guess. And therein lies the risk of crouching. Man, I need to work on my reload time. My reload time is miserable. Either that or I need like a bigger magazine. It's taking me forever to reload right now. All right, so with you guys over here, we'll light them up. we go. We got enemies to the left. Let's give ourselves a reload real fast while we're in transit. Real fast being sort of a relative term right there. Oh, no, I can't go any... Okay, I can't go any... There's a wall right there. There's an invisible wall to the south right there. I was trying to dodge around him to the south and flank around him to get behind him and shoot him up. It did not work out that way. We're on rest days now, and so rest days are what happened after intense fights or whatever. Strategic weapons have been authorized. Get supplies in the city interface. Is that like... Oh, we got aerial bombardments. Nice, dude. Cavalry Girls, not typically the kind of aesthetic that I go for, but this is a really, really solid game if you can get past the chunky UI that's sometimes hard to derive what in the hell is going on. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we are playing around with Cavalry Girls. Tomorrow we'll be playing around with something else. Thank you for spending your time with me. There's a lot of places you could be right now, and instead you're here. That is not lost on me, but welcome on in, and I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.